What is going on, guys, and welcome to the Dumpster Fire that is my channel. I'm your host, DJ Soundstorm, and while I was at work, for those of you guys that don't know, I am training for a new job, and it's my first week, and it's kicking my ass because it's not something that I do all the time. But while I was at work today, one of the most anticipated games, in my opinion, for this year that still has not come out yet, did release a trailer, and for the classic RPG faithful, this is going to be Seismic. Now, I haven't watched this whole trailer yet. I just saw the alert on my phone that this was announced at Summer Games Fest, so we're going to jump into my live reaction to seeing the trailer for Final Fantasy VII's Rebirth right now. I am beside myself excited for this, and I've only seen like the first 16 seconds and decided to wait to give you guys an authentic reaction until I got back. For those of you guys that don't know, me as a content creator, I started my journey with Final Fantasy VII, and I'm a huge supporter of all the modding communities, the hard modes for almost every Final Fantasy that's been made. And this is kind of huge because my playthrough for 7's remake was tear-jerking. I enjoyed every second of that playthrough. I loved every second of it, and I'm very excited for what they've got next. So without further ado, let's keep it together and let's jump into it.
We're still here at the scene of this terrible disaster, caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
So they have it where they were taken in by Shinra and not persecuted by Shinra for what happened? Like they were rescued a little bit? That feels a little disjointed, like from the base story, but again, they did say this is more of a reimagining, so not too weird. Just, it's odd because then the rest of the playthrough, for those of you guys that played original, involves the Turks and Rufus hunting these guys and trying to stay one step ahead of them. In this situation, it looks like Shinra's actually rescuing them from what happened at the end of Remake. The unknown journey continues. So they're already coming right out the get-go with the teaser prompts that they are changing shit a little bit, which is fine. They said they wanted a new creative direction, but we'll see just how much, if we see any differences in storyline that may really, really be a huge turnoff for any of the classic enjoyers of 7.
Wow.
God, these graphics,
Just
dude.
look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
I was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
So interesting. So it looks big, but it doesn't look open world. But I do see on the map, if you notice at the very top, that it has the points of interest there too. So I was kind of hoping for open world after we left Midgar so people could make choice, but I don't know if we're going to get that 100%. It could end up being something more in the vein of like how Final Fantasy 13 was, where it gives you the option to stick around and grind and look for bonus objective stuff that's out there, but it's all still fairly linear, which is okay because I understand they're basing this around the storytelling and stuff, but I was kind of hoping for more of an open world thing. I also understand the undertaking that would take to get that right.
This is gonna sound crazy, but...
Oh, the Chocobo farm! Yo! Oh my god! No way! Red's chilling, the fenced-in areas. Okay, okay.
as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
Okay, so there's a hint that we're at least keeping base story elements where Tifa's doubt that was happening in OG is coming through in Rebirth. So they are sticking to some storylines. Please tell me this is Bugenhagen's contraption.
The live stream. It is
Yes!
the very essence of our star.
Yo, and it has the stuff floating around. Oh, they recreated the original cinematic? Oh. Okay.
The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
According to Hojo, they're connected to seven.
Yo, is this the Gia Caves? Or is this just Cosmo Canyon? Damn, this gotta be the caves, right?
Sephiroth. Shadows of the Man, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought
Calm! Ah! Ah! Yeah, they kept it! Ah!
him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Okay, so super interesting there. They're having the conversation in calm. I'm interested if they're going to go back through that cinematic in the game or that storytelling, or if they're going to hedge that a little bit so they can leave some extra stuff there. But it sounds like Tifa's still very honed into original story with Cloud not being there, and maybe that was like part of the start to the cutscene section. It'd be really cool if they drug that thing out, even if it's just a watching cinematic. But I'm interested to see if they try to make a couple of little shims here or there. North Crater.
Well now,
Yo!
we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Well, okay, so the first one was North Crater. This looks like the cave after Chocobo Farm? Maybe?
Feast your eyes on the Turk's
Red gameplay. There's Elena.
latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
Yo! Is that the high wind literally on top of the Junon cannon? Dude. So they layered everything, or it looks like they tried to layer everything proportionate to how the walkthrough was in the game with where things would have been in relativity, because it always looked like on top of that cannon, outside of the obvious cinematic, it did look like there was some sort of like could be a landing thing. So like the helicopter would be adjusted from one place to another. I don't know, that's interesting because the helipad was off to the back right, I believe, the way you're looking at Junon originally. So I'm interested with a little detail. Sorry, super nerding here. Yo, combo back. Yo, there's fucking Yuffie too. What the fuck? Oh, so you can get her at like the OG original spot. They've got to make it where it's not like optional though. I would imagine based on interlude that like we just run into her, which is even more sick because we can actually play as Yuffie, whose combat was excellent in the first run through, but then also be able to control Red. Man, this is gonna be incredible. Yeah, the combo pairing attacks. This is interesting because if I'm not mistaken, this is actually from another Final Fantasy title. But I love the combo and affinity attack ideas. It's gonna be able to flesh out more interesting fight scenes, especially for like obviously for the content creation sake of things, but also for the power leveling, because they have been baking in a hard mode into the base game, which is awesome because then it'll make grinding a little less, I don't know, grindy feeling. Same thing with Doom though. This could be the big, cool, flashy could feel redundant after a while, but it looks like there's a bunch of different affinities which will keep it really fresh. I hope they nail that, because if they did, that would be so insanely cool and would actually take down some of the grind out of preparing for hard mode.
They say she's a monster, that she can peer inside you.
Oh, is that? He's talking about Genova.
The very depths of your soul, that she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
You murdered my dad. You burned.
They did do it. Let's go. Oh, that means they recreated the Colm story. Oh, so how much of this 2 do we get? That's my question. How much of this 2 do we actually get? I apologize for all the pausing, guys. I am so elated right now.
My village.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Time out. 1 fucking second.
You murdered my dad. You burned my village.
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
So 2 things. 1, I don't remember in the original anyway. Sephiroth never makes anybody question what happened to Tifa. We believe Tifa's story because that's the pieces, hence like the remembering the past, XYZ, and then how we actually saved her. But also, did they change Sephiroth's voice actor? Why do I feel like he had so much more of an insidious and all-encompassing evil voice last time I saw him in a trailer? Curious about that, because it sounds a little more high-pitched and less of like the full-tone like Sephiroth. Doesn't kill it for me, but something that I did notice that's interesting. So would he's obviously talking to Cloud because he can directly, but is he trying to incite doubt now that he failed the first time? That's, oh my God, this trailer. And they're saying this is this year, right? When's the release date? Okay, not this year. Early 2024. On 2 discs. On 2? We're doing this again. Okay, maybe one of them is DLC. I don't know. I don't care. I'm still fighting I don't want to buy a PS5 to get an early look at this, but it's going to take everything in my person not to do that. I'll be honest with you. This is where the story kicks off. This is where, if they choose to, they can start drawing lines to other and different types of story, or diving into a different variant of the story, which they did say that they were not afraid to do. There's a lot of promise here. But again, just like seeing Midgar the way that we did, getting to see Junon, I believe one of those was the trip up to Nibelheim, the Calm scenario, like all of this looks like a lot of Disc 2 from Vanilla, which has me very excited. There's a bunch of stuff that we don't know. They left a lot of things loose end open from the last one, especially with what's going on with Zack. There's just a lot here, and all of it makes me very excited. If you guys are just as huge of fans as I am of Final Fantasy VII in general, and are super excited for this, my guess was that we were going to see 16 before we saw this. This may be the other way around, I'm not sure, but I am absolutely beside myself. If this is as good, or even slightly as good as Remake was, this is going to be insane. The fact that it's on 2 discs makes me have so many more questions. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, is this something that you are excited about? Is this something that you cannot wait to get your hands on? I thought Remake was done fantastically. There's a bunch of videos on my channel of me doing my first playthrough for that when it finally released for PC. I don't know that we will be waiting until the PC release for this one. I really don't want to, but I also like the PS5 is a massive chunk of change just to play a single game. But it might be worth it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the trailer. If you're just as excited as I am for this next chapter in Final Fantasy VII's entire remake into Rebirth, specifically for Rebirth. And yeah, do me a massive favor, hit like and subscribe on the channel if you like the content, and be sure to keep your eyes peeled. We do stream over here on YouTube, and we'll be streaming this. Either I just do it and get the PS5, or I don't, and we'll be playing it the day it comes out on PC. But yeah, let me know in the comments. That's a lot of trailer. That's a lot more trailer, gameplay, and story than I thought they were going to release. And I'm pretty excited. So, oh my God, can we just time travel and get there? Oh man. You guys have a good one. We will see you on the next one. And you have an awesome rest of your day.